War Games, from a collection of stories by Edward R. Tatton.
After 2 nights with happy crowds, bright lights and games, booths and noise and food, the carnival for the Feast of St. Michael's was over, and the Catholic Church had its parking lot back, plain black pavement spotted with blowing papers and overfilled trash barrels. Despite the emptiness, it was clear a big party had happened, even though the rides and all the people were gone. It was like that with the world we'd found. Something really big had happened, like a grand carnival my friends and I had just missed. We had clutter and the same stillness as at the empty parking lot. It was the war. The back hall of our apartment was cluttered with army stuff, like my father had thrown it off when he'd gotten home and just never bothered to put it away. My brother and I wore his canteen and the green helmet liner with the bullet hole when we played army. All our friends had wore things too, like army shovels and gun clips and bayonets, and even bullets and knives they'd sneak out of the house to bring to school. There were pictures of green trucks and tanks and albums with people in uniforms. My mother told stories, how, although she was a woman, she had a job, working at the Hood rubber plant with all the other wives, where their husbands and sons and fathers like mine were gone. Grown-ups had a special bond, shared experiences we'd learned about reading comic books like Sarge and Combat, and watching movies like Bridge over the River Kwai with strange-looking people to hate. They had heroes like Ike and FDR who led them from the radio and saved America from poverty and the Japs. When we traveled in the truck, we passed a camouflage green anti-aircraft gun that still squatted next to the Watertown Arsenal. I asked Dad if he'd ever killed anyone in the war. "I never even shot my gun," he said, "except to practice. And I never wanted to either. I just wanted to get the hell out of there in one piece." I couldn't help feeling a little disappointed my father hadn't been crawling through the mud and blowing up Kraut tanks like the men in the movies. We thought the war must have been exciting and people should be celebrating, but it seemed they were only resting, trying to catch their breath like they'd just run a very long way. They said the Russians were out there, and at school we practiced duck and cover, hiding under our desks, but even a kid knew it was a joke. And besides, Russians wouldn't really think to bother us if they knew men like our fathers were waiting for them. But our parents' world was a scared, frightening place. And although their party was over, for their children, it felt more like intermission, our only recess.